everyone at NSA Arizona. Shawn Rhodes here, coming to you from my office right here in Tampa, Florida. I'm very excited to be crossing the country virtually, join you all on January 9th of 2021. First big monthly meeting of the new year, and it is going to be a great year for professional speakers. We're going to get it kicked off right by focusing on something that doesn't get enough attention placed on it inside of the National Speakers Association. It's not your standing ovation keynote, it's not your best-selling book, it's how you actually get to the stages to give your standing ovation keynote so that you can sell your best-selling book. It's how you get the gigs. How do you actually generate sales as a speaker? When I joined NSA about 7 or 8 years ago, I was learning how to do the standing ovation keynote and do a great 5-part story and all the things that we're taught how to do. The one piece of information that was missing was how do you actually get paid to do this? How do you find people? How do you reach out to them? How do you provide value? How do you close great deals that generate a lot of revenue, a lot of actual impact for your audiences? That's what we're going to be focusing on January 9th. The first of the 2 myths that we are going to debunk that day is that the professional speaking business is not scalable. So many speakers use hope as their sales strategy. What that means, they'll find an organization or they'll hear about an organization that's hiring speakers. They'll reach out once or twice, maybe send an email, and hey, that's all. I didn't hear back from them. I guess they weren't interested. Well, predictability, and which is the next myth we're going to debunk, actually comes from understanding that prospecting is a campaign, not an event. Great sales trainer said that, and we're going to be showing you how to build it into your professional speaking business. That second myth that I mentioned that we are going to be debunking is that the professional speaking business is not predictable. There are coaches, famous coaches inside of the National Speakers Association that have told people you cannot predict business as a professional speaker. Well, that's absolutely true if you're running businesses the way that they're teaching to run businesses, which is give a great keynote, send out your one sheet, and then wait for the phone to ring, wait for the emails to come in to book you. I tried that as a beginning speaker and almost went bankrupt. We've been able to undo that by doing the opposite, making actual outreach predictable and scalable. I'm going to be walking you through the exact things that we've been doing in my business in order to begin tracking, hey, what's working and what's not, in getting the attention of people that hire keynote speakers, providing value, bridging the gap between their challenges and our expertise so that we can make an impact and an income across our speaking business. We're going to be going through 3 separate areas on January 9th, all inside of the hour and a half that NSA Arizona is providing, and we're going to be talking about first, what does it mean to be a speaker in a COVID-19 world? The value propositions we were using in 2019, if you haven't noticed, aren't working anymore. So how do we tweak what it is that we actually provide for our clients in a way that gets their attention and gets them to want to say, tell me more about that. How can that serve my audience? And that gets you into that sales conversation. Next thing we're going to be talking about, which is probably my favorite topic, is sales. Now, across more than 8,000 separate phone calls, we've been tracking results. We've been setting up omni-channel campaigns across all variety of communication channels to try to figure out what gets the attention of the people that hire speakers. How do we provide that value via phone, LinkedIn, email, voicemail, tying notes to the legs of carrier pigeons. I mean, you name it, we've tried it. And I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what we've found has been working to get into those conversations with people that can actually sign checks for keynote talks. The final thing we're going to be addressing is how do you actually systemize it? For the last 2 years, we've been operating the only podcast that is specifically focused for helping speakers grow their professional sales. It's called Speaker Sales Systems. So you may be able to have a great keynote talk. You may be able to get a really tight value proposition that speaks to the crises that so many organizations and businesses are in. You may be able to have a great sales process. You've got your 5 email templates and your 18 phone messages and all the videos you plan on sending. But if you can't systemize it, then it's impossible to scale your speaking business, which means your revenue is never going to be predictable. I'm going to show you how to make sure that you systemize everything that you learn at every NSA meeting, at every influence conference, so that you can build it into your sales process to get more gigs. That will allow you to be able to predict revenue and scale out your business. Until I get with you on January 9th, I encourage you to check us out at speakersalessystems.com. That's the only podcast in the world focused on speaker sales. I also encourage you to check out the articles there. There's more than 75 separate sales systems specifically built for professional speakers. They're all free. We're going to be cherry picking a few of them and sharing them with you at NSA Arizona. So Shawn Rhodes here, a professional keynote speaker myself, but obviously incredibly passionate about turning the ship in NSA to get us more focused on providing for ourselves, our families, and our businesses by getting great sales processes so that we can go out there and make the impact we were put on this earth to make and make the income that our businesses deserve.